more time, I think in the extended team fight, it might look better for SMG SG.
I absolutely agree on that. I think another hero that Slate Esports can think about picking coming into the second half of the phase is someone like a Clint, right? Someone that can, kind of sustain lane and can win against that Claude. Because you gotta ensure that Enya doesn't, not only do you have to ensure that he doesn't get enough farm, you have to make sure you win the early game, because that's the draft that Slate Esports is going as for now, right? Early game comms that can rotate quickly, bully your lanes, and then go into the mid game as fast as possible. You have the Atlas with Catch, you have the decent enough CC with Paquito as of now, but OERISO is the choice. I think it's very decent. You have decent wave clear, you got enough burst, and the fact that you have an Atlas, OERISO's ultimate just works perfectly into an AoE damage.
Yup, you need not commit into the fight. You can really kite around the area, and that saves you a lot of potential jump that SMG's lineup offers, right? With the pull from Rum, as well as the dive from Dairy with that knockup, and Enya with, their Blazing Duet is going to be a problem. And I think, yes, I agree with you as well. For this, Seilah's pick on OERISO is really beautiful. Now, the final ban that they have on the side of SMG SG is going to be Pupo and Cooper. One of the very scary heroes that we've seen across these 3 weeks. So understandably so why they ban out this Pupo and Cooper. Late game insurance for them is going to be a hassle to deal with. So they're going to complete the draft here. Joe is going on that Eve with the RWM, as well as Marsha for Joxxx.
Yeah, so it looks like it's going to be a hyper Julian here. We saw what happened the last time around. Julian, not exactly the fastest jungler as compared to the Balmond, and we could very well expect an early game invasion coming from Slate Esports. We've seen them done it, and it's possible they can do it again. So I think, the Marsha pick is quite smart. You have someone that can roam quickly, kind of another lane bully similar to Paquito, but Marsha obviously gets tankier as the game goes on with those Guardian Helms, and I'm pretty sure SMG actually is going to build on them. They're going to throw the farmers into a roam with Eve down the mid lane. I think this is good for SMG actually. My only worry for them now is the pacing that Slate Esports has on the table. It looks really scary, it looks really fast-paced, and to add on it, it looks like Seilah is going to be picking his signature hero on the Kagura. Boy, this is scary, right? They have pace, they have decent wave clear, they've got good amount of burst damage, and they've got good team fight. Everything that throws into the ingredients of a Slate Esports draft. Can Team SMG SG take it? I have no idea.
Yep, that's right. And of course, we're taking a look at a Seilah, Kagura, and a FMM OERISO. If you haven't seen the games from week 1, week 2, you should really take a look and see how the Slate lineup destroyed everyone just with these 2 character picks as well. One more thing to note is that they are very mobile on this lineup for Slate. So that's going to be an issue for them to deal with. Joe on the Yi, yes, with the RWM, is going to provide a lot of damage, but it's going to be very dangerous for them because the ability to kite is one of Slate's strong points. So we're going to have to see how that is going to go. And of course, our final game of the day, let me throw it over to SCRUBBYCHEEKS.
Well, it's gonna be both of us taking this last match, actually, game number 1 between SMG and Slate. Now, this is going to be one banger of a game. We are already here in the land of Dawn. Let's see exactly how these 2 team compositions pan out. Now, off the bat, I think we're actually on down bottom. We're seeing JPL deep in the jungle already of SMG, just causing some disruption to the jungle of Joxxx. And we talked about how Julian might not have an easy time clearing. This is going to perhaps delay his farm even more.
Yep, they might be able to catch out JPL if he takes a few more hits, but I think at this point it's really just pushing him away. Right, he does suck up a bit of experience in lane, and yeah, it's looking like Gear is going to be the first blood.
Ooh, this is probably not good. I mean, down bottom, I suspect the retribution was forced out of Joxxx there to be used, or maybe he had used it on the Little, but that first death onto Gear I don't think was great. Now Joxxx is slightly ahead of Gear already. Not that everything is over, of course, he is after all a Ballman, and this is just the beginning stages of the game, but bottom side, gold lane, FMM also pressured into the turret.
Yeah, it's an unforced error from the side of Slate, right? They did get punished for it. It's not exactly the end of the world, like you mentioned. It is going to be around a 500 gold lead for the side of SMG SG. And what you're going to notice is that Slate is going to keep their eyes on Enya at the bot lane. You do not want to let a Claude go into the game and get the lead as early as possible. So Gear is going to make his way into the lane at the top side as Rum. He still has 2 lives, so he shouldn't be that worried about it at this point. But they do have notice on the rotations, and we have the first turtle of the game appearing. And like we said, Slate, very strong objective gaming. Can they make this work in their favor?
It's okay. Well, it was tough, but now JPL has just hit level 4 in time for this turtle, so it's great that they have the ultimate. But down bot, FMM gets a 1v1 up against Enya, so this is definitely starting to look up for them. Top side though, contesting the turtle here. Adammir, the real world manipulation comes up, bursts him down. JPL trying to make it out of the grid will be able to do so, but they lose priority over this turtle.
Yeah, but it's okay for them at this point because Gear is busy stealing the jungle camps from SMG at the bottom side, so they are able to reset and just move away from the lanes right now. And with this kill, solo kill for FMM at the bot lane is not looking good at all for Enya, right? SMG fans, they expect Enya to be the core of the team. They want him to get fat. But right now, they're going to try and get the turtle started. And it looks like it's going to be a fight for us.
JPL is going in, trying to find that ultimate potentially, but he has already zoned out the members of SMG. So the turtle completely reset here. Just the amount of respect. Adammir, though, goes in onto Dairy, puts out some damage, but takes some himself. Now has to back out just a little bit. Quite a bit of a dance here at the turtle.
Yep, that's right. Gear, of course, I think recognizes that this is going to be a waste of time. And okay, not really a waste of a time there as Seilah takes out Dairy, which means now they have the man advantage. So Slate, I think this is the call to action. They are going to get the turtle started right now.
Yep, nice burst there with the Yin Yang overturn, and now Joxxx using that, I think his second skill to be able to dash out of that, but that gives Slate Esports free turtle, and it's starting to look up in their advantage as well. Slight gold lead ahead of SMG.
Yep, I have to highlight the fact that at the bottom lane, Enya is really suffering quite a bit, and it's tough for them because they have to focus on the turtle, and FMM definitely used this chance to, you know, dominate and let his presence be felt by Enya, as it looks like they're going to enter the jungle again on the side of Slate, and looks like Joxxx and Dairy, they have to try and make this defense happen.
Yep, you can see Slate Esports really pressing on their advantage, and this is what they do so well. They get a lead and they start to invade the jungle, put on that pressure and push SMG out of the farm, choke them off the gold that they can get here. Trying to get something here, but Seilah falls out really low. Real manipulation already popped to zone them out of the jungle, and it looks like it will be a clean disengage from both teams.
Yeah, beautiful bait by them, but I'm very interested in the bot lane because FMM is baiting Enya in. They are going to get this skirmish underway, but it's going to be even Stevens, right? A stalemate because both Hypers are going back to the base, which means there is a lot of room for SMG to explore at this bottom lane. It's still a lot of gold to get from this.
Yeah, I mean, for now, right, we've just seen Enya as well pick up the Demon Hunter Sword, so he's slowly building up to his power spikes. And with the Blazing Duet, that's going to put out a lot of damage. Taking a look at the emblems here,
Yep, I want to focus on the Irritel because FMM is doing quite well at the bottom lane. He's going to be using the Electro Flash, which allows him to have increased movement speed as well as HP restoration. And that's very critical and important against Enya, right? The ability to force him out of lane is going to be very critical for them. As you can see, they are forced to commit resources to the bottom lane, and that's not going to work out in their favor because once Slate knows that SMG is around the corner, they will tend to play a bit safer.
Yep, I think that works in FMM's advantage, right? As an Irithel, it's normal that you get the Electro Flash. Whoa, hold on though! The Fatal Links doesn't quite hit the mark. Called Alter Pop trying to chase down the members of Slate. FMM in some trouble. Enya with the Blazing Duet doesn't get any kill off of that so far though. So Slate managed to get out of that. Seilah trying to run away. He pops the Cyclone Eye and still gets out. In the meantime, so much time bought for Slate where Gear takes the turtle up top.
Yep, I'm going to be honest, I think I was looking at it from SG's point of view. I had tunnel vision. I didn't even notice the turtle being taken, and that was a good play by Slate as expected. But it looks like JPL might not be long for this world because Joe is going to get the kill. Yeah, so this tunnel vision play by Slate, extremely potent.
forcing, right, SMG to chase them down. I'm not sure if it was a intentional trade by them. They're like, okay, maybe I'll try to go for the kills while you take the objective, but still they work out in their favor. Down bot, Enya with the blazing duet. They trade off the damage. Seilah comes in to rotate and takes the credit for that. So I guess it seems like a pretty even trade, even though the credit goes to Seilah.
Yep, the advantage is still with Slate, but I think SMG is happy with that trade because now FMM has a lot of time off his hands. He's not in the game for the next 2 seconds or so, but this is very valuable for them.
They don't look like they're gonna press the advantage bottom, leaving Seilah to try to just fend off the minions there. The last leg of that turret actually standing maybe on 1 HP. So with that tower potentially down, it might be harder for FMM to continue farming there. They might go, there you go, into a lane swap already.
Yep, I mean, but here's one thing. If FMM gets this kill on Rum, it's going to be disastrous for him. He does not need this EXP deficit. And right off the bat, I mean, Slate, they're showing you why they are top of the league at this point.
Adammir goes into the mid-tier turret. This is really just a distraction. Adammir plays this so well to be able to just zone out the members of SMG and other teams as well, while Gear clears out the jungle of SMG. So they're just snowballing, increasing their lead ahead of SMG at this point.
Yep, definitely. I think at this point, it's no question. It is a very purposeful tunnel vision play. The way that they're making plays across the map, they want SMG to go into a tunnel vision, allowing them to take the real objectives that they're going for.
Adammir again, down bottom. All this while Slate is taking the Lord up top. SMG has no space to contest this at all. Joxxx might spot this out here, but he is just one person. I don't think he will be able to contest this. There you go. But Slate presses their advantage in the mid and the bottom as well onto Dairy. Adammir getting out, but Gear wants to take this kill. Lethal counter secures that.
Yep, definitely. So Slate putting on a masterclass for everyone here live as well as for the audiences online. Now we know why everyone is skewing towards Slate for the victory in this match, as the Lord is going to be taking its stroll down the top lane.
Oh, JPL in some trouble here. Rum and Joxxx team up to be able to take this down. Seilah unfortunately wasn't there to save him, so slight consolation prize there for SMG. FMM though taking some damage here from the rule manipulation. Adammir comes in to save him, but the dashes, will he be able to make it out alive? 1v4. This guy is just so obnoxious.
Yep, I mean, you have the level advantage, but come on guys, you're really pushing it at this point. And with that, of course, the Lord is going to be continuing its lovely stroll on the top lane, and it looks like SMG, SG, they do not have an answer at this point because there's many things that Slate has been pressuring them around the map. They have all of the waves crashing in, Joxxx is left alone, and looks like JPL is trying to set something up.
Yeah, I mean, he's sandwiching Joxxx here. He has nowhere to go at all. Immediately bursted down, and they are one member short now for this defense on the side of SMG as Slate continues to siege down. Actually, they don't even need everyone. FMM goes to the mid lane while all this is happening.
Yep, it's a tough call, right, for SMG SG to make, right? Who do they commit the resources to, and when do they commit this? It's very tough because SMG, they have to deal with 3 levels and 3 waves of attacks, as JPL is just baiting them in, showing off his movement speeds as well. Right now, I think Slate will be very comfortable to just take a breather, go around, reset, get the farm around the map as well. And SMG, they have to figure something out.
Yeah, looking at the items here, SMG, is there anything they can fix? You can see Slate Esports already having key power spikes, Wind of Nature built on FMM, so he can mitigate all of that damage coming from the Blazing Duet.
Yup, this is really tough, right? SMG, they are trying their best, but Joxxx is not able to provide anything because Adammir is just doing what he did in the past 2-3 weeks, right? He's just being a nuisance, getting vision. While he's being a nuisance, he's getting vision for his team. And SMG cannot deal with it. They can't jump him. They cannot loosely use their skills. In case SMG, in case JPL jumps in with that 4-man, 5-man fatal link, it's going to be disastrous for them.
Yep, definitely. Adammir, again, just bottom side. You know, what surprises me is the bottom tier 1 turret for Slate is somehow still up. It has been there for the last 5 minutes now, even though it's left on 1 HP. So it really shows, you know, that SMG have lost so much map control that they cannot even contest these tier 1 turrets.
Yep, definitely. And I'm pretty sure the SMG side has taken a look at the replays of Slate. Similarly to one of the games for week 1 for Slate, I think Seilah made the mistake of trying to chase Adammir with 4 members. They committed everything and they lost the game from there. So you can see why SMG, they're not committing to anything to chase Adammir at this point, as Rum is finally gonna get that one tower down on the tier 1 bot.
And that could potentially be their comeback strategy, right? Distract everyone with Rum. There you go, the members of Slate coming in, crashing onto him. 4 members trying to chase him down, but they will decide not to chase and commit too much because the Lord is up. So Slate, they force the other team to get tunnel vision, but they themselves do not tunnel vision into getting the kills.
Yep, exactly. It's just a very spectacular masterclass here to be able to see how Slate is making SMG understand the options they have and just taking it. It's the worst kind of feeling, right? When you can't do anything about it.
SMG, they're deciding to go for Adammir instead of the objective, and everyone's trying to chase him down, but to no avail. And Slate gets this Lord completely for free. This is gonna give them the pass to start dishing out that push onto the mid lane. I believe here that the Lord is going to be marching down on. Oh,
yeah.
Actually, it's the top.
Replay of Slate week 1 for sure. They committed everything for Adammir. They didn't even kill him, and once again Slate got access to the Lord, meaning SMG now has to deal with an impending doom push from the top lane. Wow, they have the wave management to make sure that all other lanes are crashing in at the same time.
You know, usually you would be your call altar should be effective against an Atlas and trying, you know, against JPL. But in this case, there's just so many angles that Slate is potentially coming from that they haven't had the chance to be able to pop it for it to be effective as well. And there you go, call altar pop. Seilah actually goes down though, but they are still trying to push this. Slate 4 members left, still pressuring down SMG. The Lord is gone, but they have the creeps. Will they try to make this push? Joxxx takes so much damage using the enhanced sword to get out of that. Dairy chases FMM down in the back line. Rum! That burst coming out, but the rest of Slate coming for the backup onto Rum. Knockup comes through. Adammir, JPL, no, actually is down, but it's gonna be Rum that's taken down from this fight. 4 left against 2 members of Slate. They have to back out of this one.
Yeah, the longest fight in this game so far. It is slightly even in terms of kill score, but the goal is far away from there. And it looks like it's going to be a good 7k goal deficit from the side of SMG SG. Whether they can still come back into the game is still up for question. I don't think they are, you know, losing that bad. They still have some options for themselves to explore. But Slate, I think they need to kind of understand how SMG is going to think about their win conditions, right? They have threatened multiple occasions. JPL, he has the access to his Fatal Links, and all he's doing is literally walking in front of SMG SG, and you can tell that they are fearful for that multiple man Fatal Link. And like I said, JPL, you can see he's just showing off, right? SMG, you want to fight? I'm here. Do you guys want to take this on? Right? And this allows Slate a lot of room and a lot of time to manage the waves, manage the jungle creeps, manage their gold accumulation as well.
100%. You can see JPL, just the threat of that Fatal Links, right? Even if he doesn't do anything, it's enough to keep SMG on their toes. But right now, the Void Crystal slowing him down a little, but this buys so much space for Slate Esports. And not just JPL, Adammir also zones that very, very well. Now, Slate really needs this next Lord. They cannot afford to lose it, especially because SMG, this is where their composition shines a little bit. They have that burst damage, so it's difficult for Slate to siege into the base, especially with the Cult Altar and the Blazing Duet. So they really need this objective if they want to make the push.
Yep, it makes things easier once you have the Lord, because SMG then has to explore the usage of their options very carefully. They do catch a glimpse of the Lord attempt. There is a Lord's dance, but it's probably going to end very fast because Dairy, I think the call for the team is to back off. They can try to contest, but Joxxx is around the corner. It would be risky for him to try and engage anything at this point. And I think it looks like a little too late for them to try anything. So now they have to run with their tails in between the legs as Adammir might chase in.
Yeah, he's trying to chase, but it's Jia that takes the charge first. The Shadow Stampede pulls him in together with the real world manipulation. Chunks out half his HP, but the rest of Slate is here to come crashing in onto SMG. The Cult Altar is popped, but will it be enough? Here comes the Blazing Duet as well, Enya, and it's only one down on the side of Slate. Great defense put up by SMG here, but it's only round one. The Lord is coming. Slate, will they choose to push with it? Looks like they're choosing to take the safe route. Again, this is where SMG shines it so hard for Slate to break in.
Yeah, very good management by SMG. Remember I mentioned about first movers lose. I thought when they proc that Cult Altar, it would have been a lost cause because all Slate had to do in that skirmish was to wait for JPL to land a 5-man Fatal Link. Of course, easier said than done. But SMG, I think the way they managed that fight was beautiful. Not only did they push off Slate in correct and record time to be able to deal with the impending Lord push as well. So Slate, I think the timing was a bit off for them. They could have taken the fight a little later, and that would have been the death of SMG.
Yeah, at this point though, SMG, it is in their advantage to keep delaying this game because now the members are slowly getting their farm up. The only person who isn't level 15 yet is Dairy bottom side. Rum again, causing disruption as much as possible. Is SMG going to help that Seilah camping for someone in the bushes? Doesn't get anyone to knock up onto two members, and the Blazing Duet with the Cult Altar. Will it be enough to take down the members of Slate? A full retreat, but Gear comes in with the Cyclone spins. Will be able to take down Enya. Dairy though goes down, a double kill for Slate now as they continue to press on their advantage onto Joxxx. 3 traded out for 1. This is looking dire for SMG.
That's right, Dairy and Joe, you have to hold the base by your own for the next 18 seconds and it looks like it's not going to work out.
He's trying to pull Adammir in with the Shadow Stampede, but it's not going to be enough. Slate, they have their eyes laser focused on the core, will be able to close out this game number 1 in their favor.
Alright, so Slate, very clean game and you can see they are very happy with the way they have performed. I would be as well. I'm super impressed with Slate. I mean, granted, yes, they have a 100% win record at this current stage. But nonetheless, the fact that they showed us how